I'm making this video about how do we know that the prophecies in the Holy Scriptures are true. So I'm gonna start with the Messianic prophecies. Why I'm gonna start it? Because it's the most easy way to show a whole bunch of prophecies together quite fast that they're true. How we know this is they're true is we have two ways. Some of it we can just show is no it's true because we have them written in the Dead Sea Scrolls, in manuscripts, in scrolls that are before the events happen, that can be proven are before the events happen. Okay, so that shows you the prophecies are that they were prophesied before the events, and you can see they were prophesied just because you can read what they say and you see that this is what happened. Okay, so that is one thing. The way we can know, because some of them they are not there, or they are missing some letters, or missing a word or something like that. You can also see they're true. How can you see they're true? Is because the Jews also have those prophecies in their Old Testament, in their equivalent, like of the Bible. They're in their Old Testament. It is also there. Now think about it. Those prophecies, they are telling things that prove that Yeshua is God's anointed one. That proves them wrong. Like, I give you an example. Those prophecies are saying what year exactly he would come. They're saying, and how long he would minister. They're saying where he would be born. They are saying um, who he would be like a descendant of. They're saying also that he would be rejected. They're saying how he would be killed, that he would be crucified and stabbed with a spear, and that there would be no one for him, like at that time. They are saying all kind of things like that. There is dozens of those prophecies saying all kind of things like that. He's the only one that fulfilled that. It's been 2,000 years, a bit late to fulfill prophecies that tell you exactly when he would come. Also, a lot of the things that are described in those prophecies don't exist anymore. And then, like, that proves them wrong because, he fulfilled all of them, and it's like they have no one else. So, and it's way too late. So it's like, why would they have in their holy book all those prophecies that prove them wrong and prove him right? There is no reason, except the only reason they would have that is if it was true prophecies prophesied earlier. They were already accepted, they were already part of their books, and they just can't get rid of it. They had this tradition of copying letter by letter. They're very good at this. There was almost no, we can see by manuscript that it's basically the same, stayed the same all the time. They did try to change it a bit. They were exposed when earlier manuscript were discovered, but it basically changed they stayed the same all this time. So the only explanation is that it's true. It's just like true prophecies, and they just already accepted them. It was in all their books, and it doesn't fit them, but they have nothing to do about it. So, like, the only ones that would make all these prophecies up is Christians trying to prove Yeshua. So the fact that the Jews also have all those prophecies the same in their scripture shows you they're real. Beyond the fact that just a lot of them are literally like found in our archaeologically in stuff that are old enough. So this is the most kind of easy way to show to see this. Another thing that should be mentioned is not only there's all those true prophecies, there isn't any wrong prophecies. There is no prophecies in all the scriptures that are really holy scriptures. There is no prophecies that are like in the Bible up till the point that it's like up till Yeshua, um, taking all the the prophets and stuff like that, and there is no false prophecies. There is a lot of true prophecies, hundreds, and there's no wrong prophecies. When you look at other prophets that are false prophets, if you look, for example, Joseph Smith, he had here and there something that is arguably correct and 1,000 or something like this wrong ones. Yeah, that's not the case. You look at something like someone like, for example, Muhammad. He had, I think, in the whole Quran, he had like 12 prophecies, and it's basically all things that he said about things that already happened. Like he said it sometimes said correct, but it's just because it's already happened, and some of the things were just like unclear if it was fulfilled or basically can't prove that nothing there you can prove that it was predicted for sure after it happened and was fulfilled. So it's totally not the case here, and you can check that and see it's true. Um, and and who can do that? Only God can do that. Only God can know the future. He showed it time and time, and that proves not only that he exists, but that these texts and those people and the things that they say are from him. And then, but don't count the Book of Revelation because it's false. It's someone pretending to be having some revelation from Jesus, and it's just pretending. And now I'm gonna give you another example that is not messianic, just because I wanted to give something else also. Then I'm gonna read from Genesis, show you how God correctly describes the creation of things in the creation of Earth and the universe and stuff like that. So it says, "In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth." That's just like an opening. Okay, and then it says, "And the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep, and the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters. And God said, 'Let there be light,' and there was light." What is he talking about? It's talking about that in the beginning there was matter floating in space, but there was no suns because the matter still didn't form into suns, so there was darkness. That's why he says that there was darkness. And then later he says, and God said, "Let there be light," and there be light, because only after billions of years the matter formed planets and stars and planets, and then light. There was suddenly a lot more light, and it says before that there was chaos. Chaos, and the Spirit of God above the water is describing that at the beginning it was just like matter floating in space in kind of a mess without yet forming like kind of planet, stars, and things like that. And then the suns emerge and it starts giving light. And then later he's describing, saying, "And God saw the light that it was good, and divided the light from the darkness." What he's saying that like at this point started being also the earth became a planet, because it's a ball and it rotates, it makes day and night. So before that there wasn't day and night because there wasn't earth yet. Then there was earth and a sun, and earth moving around the sun, then this causes day and night. And then he says, "And God called the light day, and the darkness he called night, and evening and morning were the first day." And God said, "Let there be firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide waters from waters." This is saying that in the beginning there was no atmosphere. The earth initially didn't have an atmosphere. What he's saying here that he made the firmament is saying that he made the atmosphere. And earlier in the previous metaphor, in the previous description, water was used as a metaphor for space, and then it's like now the water on Earth is like separated from space by the firmament. So that is like the division of waters and water, and divided the waters which are under the firmament from the water which are over the firmament is like, is what I said. It's like the atmosphere divide the the water on earth from space. And God called the firmament heaven, and there in the evening and the morning were second day. And God said, "Let the waters under the heaven gather together unto one place, and let the dry land appear." And it was so. In the beginning, the temperature of the earth was huge, and then all the water was gas. So there wasn't yet water gathering in oceans and seas. Then the earth cooled down. After it became atmosphere, the water cooled down, the earth cooled down, the water became liquid, they fell in rain, they made oceans and seas, and that's why he's saying that now that the water were gathered into one place. And he says, and let the dry land appear, and it was so. Let dry land appear is because in the beginning there was like 3 billion years ago, almost all the earth was covered in water, and then gradually it became more like somewhat more significant amount of exposed land. So he's saying here correctly. This part he's saying correctly, and then later it starts being grass and fruits and stuff like this. So it's describing correctly all the process of the creation of the earth and then he's saying things you no one would know if he was just making some stuff this up. To summarize, that he's saying that there was chaos floating in space, then the chaos formed into planets and suns. Then there was light because there was suns. Then there was day and night because the Earth, it formed into a ball that is rotating around its axis around the sun. And then there was atmosphere, and then there was and then once the earth cooled down, the water got gathered into seas and oceans, and then land appeared. After it was somehow it got to be less of the earth covered in water, and then started being like more start appearing some plants and some things like that, like grass and some things like this start appearing on the land. So he's saying all those stuff, and that's just not some random person making stuff up thousands of years ago would come up with. He would just say all kind of stuff, but he wouldn't get all this right. And if you add to this that it's just not, that's just some example. If you took all of those together, then it's beyond doubt not just someone making stuff up. It's true prophecies that only God can give. So that's how you know that those prophecies are true. You can know by this also that God exists. You can know by this also that the prophets that prophesied those prophecies are true prophets. That's how you can know that you should listen to what they say, and you should ignore others, because God used these tools as a tool for you to know who should you be listening to. Okay, that's it.